You're back in the shop, and today on the channel we're going to continue our woodworking Christmas gift series. So stick around. I'm Stoner Ericson from Ericson Design Company, and let's build something. Ta-da! I'm going to start here by opening up the back door on the X-carve table, and using an air nozzle I'm going to blow off all the dust and get it cleaned up and ready for its carve. Next we're going to check the scrap wood pile. It's neat doing all these projects because I'm using up a lot of this scrap wood, and I'm going to find a piece of 1/2 inch and cut it down to 26 by 30. Then I'm going to use some screws to attach it to the table. You could use the provided clamps. Screwing it is a lot faster for me, so that's the way I prefer to do it. I'll go ahead and home the machine and get it ready for the carve. I'll go ahead and use the touch plate to set the depth of the carve, and then let's get to carving. This enclosure that I built keeps all the dust inside and keeps the noise way down. It's pretty sweet. Now, I've only had the X-carve for about 2 months, I think, and it's getting used and abused. The learning curve on it is not that bad, and I've definitely ran into some errors. I've definitely broke the machine already and had to repair it, but I would definitely recommend this as a first CNC for beginners. If you like fun and creative videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Do it, and do it now. So when I built this cart, I added dedicated dust collection, and I ended up running a switch to the side. That way I can turn it on and off right at the cart, and there's something really satisfying to me about vacuuming up dust. And remember, you don't have to have an X-carve to make these kinds of projects. Use a jigsaw or a handsaw. Use what you have, but make it happen. I left 9 tabs in each Christmas tree, so I'm going to flip it over and I'll cut those off. The tabs are there so that the carve doesn't bounce around when you're carving all the way through something. Here we are onto the sanding. Sanding is one of the most important parts of woodworking. It can make and break your project. So definitely take your time. Start with the heavy grit, finish with the light grit. I really enjoy the sanding because I spent so many years at a cabinet shop sanding for 8 hours a day. I enjoy it because I don't have to do it 8 hours a day anymore. But even in the easiest thing, which is sanding, you can still make errors. I caught the edge of the veneer with my sanding block and ripped it off. Luckily I have super glue and tape, everything I need to fix it right at my fingertips. It's so important for me to stay organized. Like I have this super glue, I have my tape, my scissors, everything I need is right on my table. That way I don't waste time looking for stuff. I do have those drawers that are never ending I need to clean out, but for the majority I don't run around looking for a lot of things. So if you stuck around, now you're going to see what we're actually making with these Christmas trees. It's going to be a lamp. We have a 12-inch piece of gas pipe, 1/2 inch flange, a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch coupling, a light stem, a lamp extension cord, and a little switch. We didn't end up using the switch, so let's build it. Using a stepper bit, I'm going to drill through the bottom part of this gas pipe. That way I can run the cable through and out. You don't want to run it down through it because then it won't sit flat. If you don't have a stepper bit, invest in them. They're kind of expensive, but you can get some decent ones at Harbor Freight. And I don't recommend Harbor Freight a lot, but for something that's $30 at Lowe's versus $15 at Harbor Freight. We'll snake the lamp cord through the hole that we drilled, and then we'll attach it to the lamp head. Now, I'm not a licensed electrician, so do this at your own risk. It's pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure that when you attach the actual wire, you put it on the side where it threads it on, where it pulls it on, not pulls it off. As a final precaution, I always do this. I'm going to put a little piece of electrical tape over both sides of the wire. I'll pull the extra wire back down through the pipe and get a nice snug fit, and then I'm going to figure out how to attach this to the tree. Now what I did is I cut a couple little blocks to kind of lift it up off the back, and then I have these 3/4 inch copper fittings that I had laying around the shop, so I'm going to use those to attach it to it. And I'll make sure I find the center, and then I'll just pre-drill those holes and screws. I'm going to use a little bit of electrical tape to attach the lamp head to the pipe, and I'll just snugly fit it. It's amazing, you'll never see this because it's black. My wife's like, how'd you attach that? And she couldn't even see the actual electrical tape, so it's a good way to do it. I'll add the bottom flange, and I'll find a cool bulb. These Edison bulbs will look really good. They're nice warm light. I'll adjust the height a little bit by just loosening the back copper brackets and sliding the tree up or down. Let me give you a little solid advice here. When you drill your hole in the bottom, make sure that the top and the actual knob for the switch are both facing back. That way everything's tailored and looks really nice. Also, when you're running your wires up, make sure you put on the coupling and then slide in the bottom casing for the light switch. You'll get that whole thing hooked up and realize you didn't put that on there. I've made that mistake before. If you've made it this far in the video, I would actually love it if you subscribe. Plus, follow me on Instagram. It's a great way to stay in the loop. I do previews to all these projects. Also, leave me a comment. I would love to hear your take or your ideas for new future projects.
Was that fun or what? Now you could paint these, stain these, you could put chalkboard paint on them and count down the days to Christmas. These are super easy to make. Remember, I'm not a licensed electrician, so do this at your own risk. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Check out my other videos right here. And I'm Stoner Ericson from Ericson Design Company, and we built something. Ta-da!